All right, what's going on, everybody? This is, oh my God, today is day 50. I don't know why I feel like I should be doing something special for this day, but in any event, I don't know why I'm looking behind me. Don't pay any attention to me. I'm sleepy. One of these late days again. But in any event, it's day 50. It's kind of crazy to me. I'm halfway there, so still going on strong. Even though I may not look it. So, this is today's paint. I'm about to just go ahead and press play and walk through today's work. See what I've done. It's always nice to start a video off with me opening up folders and just going through other images without explanation. Basically, I was trying to find a previous photo with the tunnel background with Barry in it, so that I know how to shade the background. I still sort of messed up because I didn't really measure the perspective, but that's not the focus of the actual page. It would have been nice to get that sort of detailed up. I wanted to go back and redo it, but it becomes one of those things when you're working where you just have to say it's good enough and keep going. It's a matter of, do I keep going backwards and repairing old mistakes, or do I just scrap it and go, it's good enough to, it's not that big of an issue, it's good enough to keep going. So that was that. I'll sort of come back to that issue when we see it in the paint. Right now I'm just blocking in all the line art. Eventually it dawned on me and I was halfway done with it. I don't know why in this instance I chose to put in each individual color one at a time. Like, I don't know why I didn't just select the stuff and just drop everything in, or all the colors that I needed at one time, instead of doing it this way, which was stupid of me. It made this take way longer than it needed to. Also, for the record, I didn't record myself doing the line art again. After doing the live stream and realizing that the live stream, though I thoroughly enjoyed it, and shout out to everybody that joined in to watch the live stream, that line art part took way too long. I feel like it stretched like a good extra hour onto the video. Just made it seem way longer. So yeah, that's the reason why I don't show myself recording the line art. Like I said, I just don't enjoy redrawing all of the same lines, and I think it's gonna sound stupid. It's not even that I don't enjoy the line art, which I don't, but it doesn't bother me that much. It's editing videos where I'm doing line art that's a pain, because it's like there's so nothing happening, nothing to really say. It's like, oh, I'm tracing more lines again. It's like, I don't know. But so yeah, all my colors blocked in. As you can see here, let's pause this for a second. These two, get that off the screen. Stop that. Oh my God. Anyways, the two panels down at the bottom with Barry, which I know this video, the page is complete, but I might go back in there just to touch this up, but just to differentiate the two panels, because you almost can't tell that they're supposed to be two separate panels. They're so close together. So I may put a black mark in between it. I don't want to have empty space in between the two of them, simply because I don't want you reading the panel to think that there's any type of time taking place between these two events. It's supposed to be like bam bam, which is why I don't have a separation between the two panels. But I think like a thick black line would help to separate that, and not give the feel that time's passing. So I may add that in there after the fact. But those two panels are just to, as you can see, Barry's head is reverse where it's supposed to be, and that's just an illustration of him turning all the way around. I have text to add to those panels at the bottom to further help to illustrate what's going on, and I have added sparks coming out of the neck part of the robot. I don't know why sparks would be coming out, but just added it because I felt like it would do something else for the panels. I don't know why. I just wanted sparks to come out his neck as it would snap. But and I also didn't want to do the, which I should have because it probably would have illustrated the point more, but I didn't want to do the, because the panels are so small, the head grab, snap back into place type thing. And with the way his arms were, the combination of his arms looking the way they do and the panels being so small, the snap, snap in quick succession, the way I have these panels drawn, I think it would just get kind of lost and clunky. So I avoided that. I'll hit play again. So this is me doing what I was talking about earlier. Oh my god, I thought I clicked something. Um, this is what I was talking about earlier, where I was doing the background. Um, sorry. Um, I was trying to show the tunnel and back. That was me not clicking on the correct layer. We'll revisit that in a little while as well. But just trying to figure out where to actually place that at and how I wanted the perspective and everything to look. I still don't think it was completely correct, but like I said, it was good enough. So I kept incorrectly filling the scene too, which is why I ended up having to do that manually. I don't know what I was doing wrong there. I think I should have made more of a difference between the two colors too. It would have been easier to select. So I started shading. I got it decent enough to where you can at least see where he's at and what's going on. Just immediately open a page with Raekwon just face down, just splatting right onto the ground. Anyways, I've talked before in a previous video how in theory he shouldn't have survived that, but whatever. It's a comic. So I went ahead and got this down and started shading Barry, which also got confusing because I needed to shade Barry the same or similarly in each panel that he's in, but his head had to be shaded differently because his head's actually spinning around. So I don't know, it tricked me up on that bottom right panel with Barry where to sort of shade him at, because it's like I have to reverse the colors on the parts of his head and whatnot. I don't know, it just tripped me up for just a little while. Here I'm just putting in the I guess a sort of shadow in the background to show like there's some type of depth or something behind it, so it's just not in a static like flat color, just standing in space somehow. So that was a quick shading of Raekwon. It actually didn't take long. Then here was Barry, sort of going through here and looking. I'm sorry, the Mortal Kombat movie is on in the background, and I'm trying not to laugh at the noises Liu Kang is making while stomping on worms. Anyways, so shading the inside of Barry's armor and whatnot. Go ahead getting the hair blocked in. Then I did the highlight on the arm just from the room's light source. And I started doing like a hint of like a glare or shade on certain areas of the armor. But I don't know why I did it on every piece of armor at this point. And as you can see, it almost looked like his armor's sick, so I sort of got rid of it on the side where the light isn't as strong. I don't know why I thought that would be a good idea, but it really did look like his armor just got sick. Okay, so here's the shading of the bottom panels with Barry. This white area over here is actually not going to be shaded in the next panel because the light wouldn't be hitting it as strong. That's what I mean by I got confused, because I started to think about putting highlights in on that side of his hair just because it's like that on this panel. It's like, no, the lights aren't moving, his head's moving. So while everything else is remaining the same. So that's that. Like I said, getting the details in, shading everything like I did the previous panels with Barry. So it's not too bad. Weird thing with Barry's color palette too. The shadows of the blues in Barry's outfit, though the blues are different, the actual shadow colors are so similar. sometimes I have a hard time remembering which ones I should be using, which ones I shouldn't, because they're so close. But I think the one attached to his upper body is actually a slightly more intense shade of blue, or at least dark blue. I think it's the only thing that's actually letting me recognize what's going on there. And got the rest of his hair shaded in, the background there. And here we go. So once again, if I convert this for print and I have to edit something in this page for whatever reason, it's going to be a hell of a time trying to fix this panel and only this panel, because I'm not sure if you guys can notice over here on the side as I'm painting, but I am painting on, because I didn't name anything, which is why I had a teacher when I was in college that will automatically fail you for not naming your Photoshop files. This is why. So because I didn't name anything, didn't pay attention over to the side, I am full on painting on my flats. I'm doing the shading on my flat layer. So that's not going to be the easiest thing in the world to fix if I have a problem down the line. So, yep, I did all the shading, all of this that you're seeing right now. And on top of that, I pulled a Dan that I usually do when I'm having to go back after doing all the flats, the shading and whatnot, and I come to a panel where I have to go back and do like the little fire design on Dan's sleeve and whatnot. I had to go back and put the flames on his torso. So yeah, this last panel, and I think I just started rushing towards the end, and I wasn't really thinking as focused as I should have been, or as focused as I was for the previous panels. And not that this even came out bad, I just wasn't paying attention. So I sort of had Raekwon shaded there. One of his expressions killing me in this panel, by the way. Also, because Raekwon rarely even has an expression like this too, so it sort of stands out to me. But they went ahead and finished getting the shading in. And I was pretty much done at this point. I went in and, like I said, I added sparks into his neck. Once again, I don't know why I added sparks in his neck. I'm not even aware of how well that picks up or translates, but. And then I have the Bandicam logo all over the place. Go ahead and leave that alone. And this was pretty much today's painting. Like I said, I added text afterwards. Of course, any dialogue and stuff that was in the scene, I normally do that after I finish, just so there's some stuff that I'm not spoiling every detail of what's to come in my comic for you guys, or anyone who's interested. Though I don't think a lot of you will care. I don't know, it's the artist in me, or at least the author. It's like I don't want people to be completely spoiled of the story, so certain dialogue stuff I like to keep under wraps. But in any event, I went ahead and added that in, and the bottom panel is just basically exclamation. So this was it. This was day 50. So not really an action-packed painting as far as a page as far as what's going on in the panels. Ironically enough, for this to be day 50, which is, I wouldn't say monumental because I'm not done yet. I still have another 50 days to go, and I'm gonna get it done. But considering this is day 50, you would think I would have had like a big epic painting or something like that, or page to get done for this particular day in the challenge. And it's the cracking of the neck and more exposition, which I'm not mad at, but it's like yesterday I did the crazy action page, and then tomorrow I think I have some action going on. So days 49 and 51 are going to have a lot of interesting stuff going on the panel. This one, unless you think Barry's head snapping all the way around, is it, which I don't know, I guess that would be, yeah, I guess somebody's head doing a 180 would be kind of huge. Who knows? I guess that's all good. opinion of which page should or should not have been for day 50. I don't even know what I'm babbling about anyways. Day 50 was day 50. That's this page. Whatever. Let me know what you think of the actual page itself and how it looks. Any comments and whatnot that you have about the video in general. Like and subscribe if you haven't. And you all have a good one. And I'm out. See you in 50 more days.